Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to FunPop, episode number 66. Gonna have a fun show today. We're gonna talk a lot about Blade. It's gonna be a Blade-heavy episode. Oh, by the way, the Blade trailer's on Xbox's YouTube channel, everybody. Officially uploaded with the Xbox before and after splashes. So, I don't know what that means, but, you know, I think we all can assume
It's coming to PlayStation. Oh.
Somebody posted like it's on PlayStation's YouTube channel also. I kind of spoiled it in the DMs because it's actually a Rick roll. It's pretty funny, but the people are already running with it, not knowing it's fake, and like just quote tweeting it because of the tweet, right? So yeah, funny joke, but a lot of people aren't even clicking on it and checking it out. So, but however, yeah, Blade, Xbox exclusive, Blade coming to Xbox in who knows what year, but also, you know, there's a movie coming. This is FunPop, so we'll talk about that too. Kind of look at what the future is going to look like with that IP and brand and how it's all going to maybe tie together. It's going to be interesting, I think. Since the last FunPop, because we haven't had one in a few weeks, there's also been the Fallout trailer. There's also been the Halo Season 2 trailer and all this stuff. And, man, there are a lot of cool stuff to look forward to next year for gaming shows, especially in the Xbox world. But, you know, we're going to talk about some of that and more. But I want to say shout out to the chat. Thank you all for being here. You all rock. And to this panel, first off, three of us not able to be here because it is his birthday and he's hanging out with his sister. She wanted to hang out, so he's hanging out with some family. So shout out to 3-Bit.
What a loser.
Yeah, I know, man. What's up with that, right? Like birthday, family. Oh, come on, you know. Just kidding. You know, shout out to 3-Bit. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, 3-Bit. We miss you, dude. But also, this is one of the cool things with Fun Speculation is we have two birthdays on the same day. And it's also Psycho's birthday.
They're actually twins.
There they are. It's like the movie Twins, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. You know, it's about 20-year age gap there, roughly, almost, and look a little different, just slightly. You know,
Slightly.
But hey, Psycho,
What's it talking about? Yeah.
Happy birthday, dude! Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
show.
Yeah, I feel old as fuck. Woke up, body fucking ready to just cave on me, and I'm like, yeah, you can tell it's birthday.
Yeah, you're 44, right? Is that right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
God damn, dude. We're all old as hell. We're all getting
Dude.
old. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I'm still not as old as Punk Soul, so I feel a little bit better.
Yeah, that's good. Did Jasper just say, yeah, we're all getting old? This little fucking 27-year-old piece of crap.
Yeah. Dude, I remember when I was 27, man, I was banging moms left and right, bro.
What? Now you're banging grandmas. That's what's going on.
Gilfs.
But hey, yeah, happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, thank you, man. I've been. What did I watch? God, what the fuck was it?
Can't remember because you're so old. You know, it's just how
I
it
know.
goes.
Yeah, I was.
Was it hentai? Was that what you were watching? No. Okay.
It was a movie. I forget it. God damn it. Never mind. Sorry, chat. Old man brain don't work very well.
Oh shit. Right on, man. Well, thanks for being here on your birthday, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Jasper, it's not your birthday today.
Nope.
But I'm still happy you're here for what it's worth.
Cool.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Played a little bit more Avatar. I know we were playing it last night, not together, but just kind of trying to get to the co-op section. So I think I may have unlocked it. I don't know. I played a little bit more of it, like another hour or two. So
yeah,
it's kind of what I've been up to.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you last night. It looks really good, and you're like, "Yeah, I mean, it's all right." But...
Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's like the graphics on that game are pretty damn amazing. I have to say, like, I haven't gotten deep enough to really test all the gameplay elements and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's one of the best looking games out there right now. You're playing on PC, I'm playing on Xbox.
Yeah.
It looks great either in quality mode or performance mode, no matter which one you play on. But I do want to play it on PC eventually, just because of how good it looks. I want to see all the bells and whistles. But I'm imagine on that 3080 of yours that you're kind of testing out the ray tracing and all that kind of stuff on it.
Yeah, I got everything set to high, so
Nice.
it's about like 60 on average. So
That's pretty
Pretty
solid.
Yeah.
It's been there's been a very optimized game too so far, even on Xbox. Like,
that's because Ubisoft takes 45 years to fucking put out a game. So
you know what? Like, the funny thing is we've given Ubisoft so much shit for so long for not being able to get games out and all these different things, but I kind of got to give them some props this year because they released Assassin's Creed Mirage, they released Crew Motorfest, they released now Avatar, right? And all three games are launched complete. They're fully featured, they run well, they're highly optimized. Like, there's really not a lot of issues. And they haven't really gotten the media praise or anything for these games. Like, I think it's because they're kind of like typical standard games, not really like
revolutionary
or anything like that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? I kind of appreciate that a lot sometimes with games. Like, you're just releasing a good fucking game. You know what I mean? And sometimes these companies, when they actually do good like that, they're not really getting the credit they deserve. And I think Ubisoft has released some good games this year that have not had a lot of the problems that other big releases have had. And they haven't gotten much credit. So credit to Ubisoft for this year. And I think there's stuff to look forward to going forward for them too. So hopefully, they got all their shit together. And but something else I played, I tried for a little while today, Jasper.
What's that?
The finals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I played a couple rounds of the finals.
That game's tough solo. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those games where it's better if you have people you can talk to and play.
My team won and I was the leader on the team in kills, so it felt good to actually accomplish that in a shooter. But it was a fun game. I like the system of it. It's a little different. Like 3 teams of 3. And you go and you capture this loot, and you go and you like kind of try and collect it. Then everybody has a chance to try and steal it and stuff. It's different, but it's still familiar, and it's highly destructible environments and all this kind of stuff. It's like, it's a really solid game for a company's first game.
Yeah, isn't this the ex-devs of Battlefield?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The same guys that are making Arc Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is why it feels the destruction of the in the environment is like really, really done well. Because I watched a couple of people. I think Steel Rain. I saw some of his clips. Destruction looks really freaking good. It's not like total chaotic, and doesn't seem like it not buggy or anything like that. So.
I saw today where I think someone said it reached over 200,000 like concurrent people on Steam or whatever, and apparently someone said, "I thought you're all boycotting games that have AI voices in it or whatever." So I guess they use AI voices.
Do they? I wouldn't be able to tell. Speaking of AI voices, there was actually like a thing at ZeniMax Online where they Microsoft like turned a bunch of contract workers into employees, so that way they could unionize. I thought that was interesting. And they also did, or was, I think that was ZeniMax, but they also did a deal as part of it to have a like AI clause kind of in there in the contract with the union, to prevent like any malicious like AI activity and stuff like that with games, and like to kind of protect the developers and stuff. So I found that pretty interesting too. Not a lot of people are talking about this stuff, but like again, more narratives, because there was people around a couple of weeks ago. They're like, "Oh, Xbox, I'm never gonna play a game that has AI in it, and you know, this all this stuff's gonna cost all these devs their jobs." And all of a sudden, they do this just randomly, you know, and you don't hear any of these same people at all mentioning that as like, hey, they're like one of the first companies in gaming to do this, you know. So, props to them for doing it and squashing another narrative down. They're seeming like they're, you know, willing to let these devs kind of have some protection, and make sure that the AI is used as a tool and not as a replacement, right? But yeah, let's get into some of the conversations. We got a member chat from Adidas 20. Shout out to Adidas, a member for a month, says, Sega, welcome to the old level. Yeah. The new era / old era kind of with Sega. They're coming back, bringing 5 classic IPs back, and then promises for more in the future as well. So really looking forward to that. And out of those games, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but which ones are y'all most excited about?
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe?
Yeah, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio is my 2.
Right on.
I love Jet Set Radio. Love Jet Set Radio Future. They came out on Xbox. I mean, that's what got me into the Xbox ecosystem, was the fact that these Sega games were on there. So to see Golden Axe coming back, redone and almost like a remastered type of these classics, and the same. So remember those leaked photos of Jet Set Radio? Was it this the whole time? Because we all assumed it was Jet Set Radio 3. So seeing this,
forgot about that.
those leaked photos could have been this the whole time, and not knowing why, this was even a thing. So, really great to see that that it's getting a remake. And I mean, if no one has played, Streets of Rage, Shinobi, that's another great one. Golden Axe, these were the pinnacle of like what really started Sega, and to see them, getting this nice treatment and coming back is really nice. And I'm for it, because we don't need to have these huge lavish games that are overdone and highly really just really the budget is too high that they have to make X amount of money, or we'll never see a game again.
That's the problem with this, is like, I'm just wondering how long, like, because if you go back and play like any of these games now, you play them for like 5 minutes and you're like, yep, that's what I remember. It's like, are they gonna be able to hold your time, like, or is it just like, oh yeah, that's Crazy Taxi, that's what I played, that's what I remember? It's like,
I think it depends on what they do with them. Like, I think they could like have some fun and kind of make them different, unique a little bit, but like,
I think they reimagine these games. Looking at the Golden Axe, this is that couple clips that they did show. It's like because Golden Axe was side scroller.
Yeah, that's why I was more excited for Golden Axe,
and this was more 3D.
Yeah.
So it looks like they really put in that extra level to kind of modernize these games, but yet still hold what was great about them. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
I think it's going to be too early to tell on a lot of them. Shinobi looked the most retro, right?
Yeah,
with the gameplay that we saw for that, but I'm also most excited for that one just because I'm a sucker for those kind of games, but also Streets of Rage, even though we had a good Streets of Rage recently, I loved it, and to see that coming back again too, that's going to be awesome. But Golden Axe is really intriguing just because it is going to be different, and I imagine it's going to be 4-player co-op and stuff, and I hope so. At least we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, lots of good stuff to look forward to there, and I'm excited for whatever the other IPs are going to be. One that a lot of people have been talking about and thinking is Virtua Fighter, possibly coming back. That would be my number. If that happened, that would be my number 1 for sure. But there's so many others too that they could do, man. And so I hope it's a success. I don't know if I don't think there's gonna be like $70 games. Probably gonna be like
No.
middle price things or something.
Is it a
40.
collection?
I don't know. I don't
No, I
think
think-
so. There's separate
I think they're
things.
standalone. Yeah, I think they're standalone. So they could be like $30 to $50 depending on which game it is, and how much effort they put into remastering the game. A game like Jet Set Radio, you really that game was already 3D, so like updating graphics could have been a lot easier. So maybe that game comes out like $30-$40, but a game like Golden Axe that had a little bit more time because they're kind of redoing everything, new coding, and so that could be like $40-$50, which is fine. If you look at a lot of these DLCs that are couple levels and some extra story, they're going $40-$50. So
Yeah.
to see a game redone well, I'll spend the $40-$50.
Yeah.
Unless it comes to Game Pass.
Which, I mean, these kind of games would be really cool for Game Pass too. Just just throwing it out there. If you want a large audience to play them, it's a good opportunity there. Adidas 20 with a $5 super chat says Sega announced 5, but they're working on more. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if y'all caught this, but I accidentally took a fucking drink out of my cup that was here from yesterday. Fucking,
That's not bad.
no.
Hey, at least
it is
it's a
bad.
day.
So
No,
I
a
meant
day-
to take a drink from this one, but I had them fucking switched up here and fuck. Anyway,
Dude,
Well.
it's bad if it was there for a fucking week.
that's happened before.
And-
That's happened live on this channel before.
Oh,
if you
no.
remember. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, fucking gross. This is Dr. Pepper, and this is sweet tea from yesterday. So I was expecting Dr. Pepper though. When you're expecting Dr. Pepper and you taste
like what the
day old like room temperature sweet tea, it's like that's not what you're looking for, But anyway, I'm good. I think I'll live. I hope so. Blade, man. Blade Xbox exclusive coming in maybe 3 years. We'll see. Do y'all think there's a chance so the Blade movie right is slated for what year? 2025 right now? Or did that
Blade
get pushed
movie?
back? Yeah, did that get pushed back to 2026?
I think it was supposed to come out 2024, but it got pushed back. Because everything got pushed back except for Deadpool 3. That's the only Marvel movie coming out.
IMDb has it for 25.
Oh yeah. So I have an article here. It has a tentative release date of November 7th, 2025. Okay. So if there's a chance it could get pushed back even again, right? That's just kind of what's been going on with Marvel a lot the last couple of years. If it gets pushed to 2026, there's a chance that this could come out the same year as the game, right? But even if it doesn't, Blade's gonna be a hype ass IP again starting in 2025 once that movie comes out, because I believe it's gonna be good. I have an article here with an interview from Mahershala Ali, who's the actor that is playing Blade now. And there was a lot of controversy early on with this movie, like maybe not being happy with the script or being happy with this, being happy with that. And I'm sure they didn't want a repeat of Blade Trinity and the what happened on that movie. That movie famously had a lot of shenanigans going on with Wesley Snipes during the filming of it.
Oh, he was being a diva.
Yeah, a little bit of a diva. Supposedly he would only communicate with the director via Post-it notes. This is crazy stuff, right?
I think he was losing his mind a little bit too.
Yeah, he got in trouble after that with tax evasion, and he'd been in trouble with a couple other things. But supposedly he just sat in his trailer and smoked pot all day, let his stunt double do all the scenes, and then he just did the close-ups. And then he wouldn't talk to anybody at all. But he was also method, even though he wasn't hardly acting. So like he would only interact with people as Blade, like on the set and stuff. Like I think it was like Jessica Biel or Ryan Reynolds that had said like I tried to say hi to him and he said like I'm Blade, and they just like kept walking or something like that. I don't know. It's just an interesting guy, but you know this is Mahershala Ali, so I'm gonna read this article. This is from Fansided.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, right on me. Mahershala Ali shares an update on the MCU's Blade movie. I'm sincerely encouraged, which is way better news than we got early on from this movie. It says, following the conclusion of the Infinity Saga, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is building a new set of heroes to tackle the next multiverse threat, most likely poised by Kang the Conqueror. There's Anthony Mackie's Captain America, Kate Bishop, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Moon Knight, and more. One hero we've not met yet, other than a very brief voice cameo in Eternals, is Blade, about the vampire hunting vampire from Marvel Comics. Back in 2019, doesn't make any sense. Anyway, back in 2019, MCU President Kevin Feige took to the stage to announce an upcoming Blade movie set within the all-encompassing continuity. Sadly, the movie has since been riddled by delays. Originally set to premiere November 3rd of 2023, it was then pushed back to 2024, but production was put on pause in May as the strikes got underway. And the movie now has a tentative release date of November 7th, 2025. Despite the myriad of delays, star Mahershala Ali remains optimistic. We're working on it. That's the best I could tell you, he told Entertainment Weekly. I'm really encouraged with the direction of the project. I think we'll be back at it relatively soon. Ali also voiced his faith in the creative team behind the movie, which includes screenwriter Michael Green from Logan and Alien Covenant. I'm sincerely encouraged in terms of where things are at and who's on board and who's leading the way as far as the writing of the script and the directing and all that. So that's the extent of what I can tell you. All right, so I mean, somewhat positive news there for the Blade movie. I do think, because I saw some people saying that, you know, it's a disappointment that it's Blade. If this is what everybody was hyping up for the big Xbox announcement and stuff like that, they didn't think it was like a big enough character or IP to like really make a splash or a difference and stuff. And
It's the only thing people have talked about besides how shitty the awards were.
yeah, and I just I don't really understand that. Like, in 1998 is when they made the first Blade movie, right? So this was like before, I think even before the Spider-Mans. Like
the Tobey movie?
Yeah, the
Tobey movies were like 2002 because I think they got delayed due to 9/11 or whatever.
And if people don't remember back then, like this was the Blade trilogy. Like I don't think they really expected a lot from it, but it became a huge thing. Like it became an absolutely huge thing. Like it was a big success. The second movie like really seemed to have a much bigger budget than the first one. They had a lot more actors in it. They had a lot more star power in it too. Like a lot of different things. You had people like Ron Perlman in it. You had there's like so many people you recognize watching it. You had a young Norman Reedus in it. You had Donnie Yen was in it. Like people even back then maybe you didn't really know, right? But it was like you could kind of see like they had a lot of people that made it a pretty damn cool cast. And then the Blade Trinity came out. That was a whole other fiasco. But you know, this kind of started in some ways for Marvel, like the whole movie thing, right? Because what was there for big Marvel movies before Blade? I struggle to think of any.
I mean,
you had a lot
like
of DC stuff, but
the big thing for Marvel back then was like the Hulk show and stuff like that.
the Hulk show, like you mean for like the live action Hulk show?
Yeah,
That was even before. That was way before then too. That was
I'm
like,
trying to think of like the biggest Marvel thing back then. It's like it's about it.
I mean, I can't think of anything big Marvel. Like Lover God says Howard the Duck. Yeah, I mean Howard the Duck. But like I don't know if a lot of people really even associated that with Marvel at the time. Like it was just like this movie that had a duck that walked and talked and like was crude and stuff, you know. Yeah, the Crispy says the X-Men cartoon. Yeah, the cartoon TV they were doing good. You know, they had Spider-Man cartoons, they had X-Men, you know, they had a Spider-Man cartoons. They had a lot of different things on cartoons and stuff,
I
but like
guess
movie wise, not really.
yeah, the first X-Men, I think that was 99, wasn't it? Or 2000.
Yeah, it's a little bit after that, I think.
Yeah.
When did the first X-Men come out? That's a good question.
I
X-Men
think it was 2000.
movie. It might have been. Yeah, 2000. You're right. So, like Blade was 2 years before X-Men even came out, you know? So it's like I kind of really disagree with the sentiment of like not being a big character, right? You're talking about a character that really kind of kicked off Marvel's whole movie universe in a way. I mean, obviously it's not tied to the others and stuff like that. It's not at the time, you know, MCU didn't even exist, but it launched a trilogy of IP, and a lot of people didn't see this coming, right? So yeah, then you had X-Men, you had all these other, you had Spider-Man and all these other things, but like before Blade, I don't know, man, wasn't much. Not that I can think of anyway. When was Fantastic Four?
That was like 2004.
The original one?
The one with Jessica Biel and the actual good Mr. Fantastic.
No, Jessica Alba.
Oh, that's what I mean.
I don't know.
That was like 2004.
Yeah, the
Because
chat
that was
Phantom.
That was after X-Men, so
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they had movies before. I see the chat saying Phantom. I remember there was like, I don't know, is the Shadow DC or Marvel? It had Alec Baldwin in it. There was also like Dick Tracy movie back in the day. You know,
I
like
think Daredevil was also after that too. So that
yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, all those movies, and I don't even know which ones of those are Marvel because they're like smaller, you know, IPs and stuff. But like, you know, Blade was the kind of maybe one of the first ones in that era to kind of do it big. You know, besides DC, DC had, you know, obviously hugely successful Superman movies in the 80s and stuff. They had hugely successful Batman movies with Michael Keaton and that whole series and stuff like that. But like, Blade was kind of the badass then, you know. Eastside Vandal says Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. Yeah. They did another Punisher movie later with Thomas Jane as Punisher. That was a good one. Yeah, those didn't really like take off, you know. Those kind of like were just standalone things. So those Batman movies were trash. Fly Guy, did you see the like the original Batman, like the Batman movie with Michael Keaton and Batman Returns? Because those, I mean, yeah, they were a little like corny and stuff, but like at the time, like there was like nothing. Like when I saw the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, I was like, this is different. You know, like that was dark. That was like super dark. But like if you watch it back now, it's like it doesn't seem that way, you know. But yeah, I mean, am I wrong? Blade's a big IP, or do you think it's like a mid?
What's mid?
Well, I was talking about that conversation that like some people are like, that Blade is a disappointment that it was Blade and not something else, right? Like,
I think back in the day it was bigger. Now because like you have more characters prominent like Iron Man and stuff like that, and Ant-Man, where like maybe before they weren't as big. So Blade may have been bigger back then. But now like you have a lot more bigger characters just due to the MCU and how they've kind of put the face on that.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, like when this movie comes out, it's probably going to be one of the most hyped ones out there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing, because you have everybody that grew up watching the 90s Blade will watch the new Blade, and if it is really good and it seems like it's going to be mature, rated R, if they if it ends up being really well, kind of like how Deadpool does pretty good, and it's like fan service, and they do this, and the game comes out around the time frame of the movie, the game will gain popularity more so than if the new movie was not going to come out, because the new movie, because the old movies, all the old heads like us, except for Jasper,
Hey, I'm old.
are excited for Blade, and the younger generation, they're kind of like, what's Blade? They might go watch the movie or talk about it, but it's outdated. They might not like it because it's,
Yeah, but
the
they didn't
CG.
know who ShaneG was or who, you know what I mean? Like any. Like,
Yeah, but it's done well because of the MCU. But the movies lately are not that great. So that's the thing. It's one of those. Even it's just like Guardian of the Galaxies. The comics weren't great. What's his name? The idiot behind DC. He's the one that made Guardians of the Galaxy because of his directing style. It became a commercial success. And then the game came out because of the movie's success, and it did pretty good. A lot of, that did play it, and it was fine. It wasn't like it wasn't a total flop, but it wasn't like I don't know how many do we know how many sale numbers that Guardians did? Or
I mean, it was a lot. I mean, it's hugely successful movies,
Yeah.
right?
Was it as much as Spider-Man right now? Because I think Spider-Man is only at like a couple million.
I have no idea. I mean, the Spider-Man movies are always massive, No,
like, I'm talking about the video game.
Oh, like did the movie do as much as the video games usually make?
No.
I'm
the
confused.
Video game, how well did it do? The video game.
Oh. I mean, it's doing great. Yeah, it's like the only fucking game on PlayStation this year. Of course, it's gonna sell well. Like
Well, I'm just saying, like it's with Guardians though. What I'm saying is that the movies that hyped up. I mean, one of the issues with Guardians is because who was making it, because of
Square,
anything that Square touched at that time, because
people
look
had
at Marvel's.
People
they had a
had
bad taste in their mouth.
Avengers on their mind still from Square,
exactly,
right? Like,
correct.
But Avengers was super excited. People were super excited and hyped for Avengers until it came close to release and they started seeing stuff. And we're all kind of like, "Oh, okay,
what is this?
Like, this is not really what we expected, right?"
Yeah.
And then we played it. We had fun with it, but it didn't really like live up to what we would hope for a fucking Avengers game. That's like the biggest kind of thing going at the time with Marvel, right? So, we had higher hopes, but then, also they had a really bad showing the first time they showed Guardians, because it didn't really show it in its best
19-minute fucking that showcase was detrimental to the game.
Yeah,
and then show anything
it looked
good.
like Avengers in a way. A lot of it looked like
how they
Avengers,
showed it off. It did.
Yeah,
that's how it felt. It was like, what the fuck? And then there was like another trailer. I was after the fact. I was like, hold on, this actually looks good. And then people played it, and I was like, oh damn, this is really good.
Yeah, it was great.
But too many people had that. Oh, it's Avengers on their mind because of how they presented it, and unfortunate. But I'm just saying, with the movie coming out for Blade, the new movie, it will drum up a wider audience now, because the younger generation is getting a new movie. The older heads are getting to see a new rendition of Blade to see how well this one is. I think what's his name? Emmanuel, was it what's his name? Something Ali.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala, yeah.
Mahershala, sorry.
There
Mahershala.
You got it.
He was in what's that Call of Cthulhu movie or TV show that was on, I think was it Prime that he was in, or HBO?
I'm not sure. He was
He-
in there's
He was in that.
there's a new movie with him in it on Netflix. Leave the World Behind. It has Julia Roberts and it has him in it. It's really fucking good. I recommend.
Wasn't he
everybody
in
watching that.
House of Cards as well?
I don't know. I didn't watch House of Cards. You know.
Oh, let me look it up.
I think he was in a movie called was it Moon?
People were saying he was in Luke Cage.
He was in Luke Cage. What was the movie that came out that was like
Moonlight. I was looking it up earlier.
Was it him that was in Moonlight? Yeah. I think that's like his like big movie where he really got his due and became recognized, because I remember that one being like nominated for a bunch of like Academy Awards and all that kind of stuff. So I think that kind of put his like name on the map like in a bigger way, right? But he's been in lots of good stuff since then. This other movie that I was just talking about on Netflix is really good. It just came out last week, and yeah, I recommend it. It's kind of like a thriller, like trying to figure out what the hell's going on, you know. But yeah, I like that movie. He's a great actor. So, and when I was watching the movie, like was watching it with Kate, and then after the Blade thing happened, she asked who was going to play Blade in the new movie. I said it was him. She's like, "Oh, that's fucking perfect." You know, like he is. Yeah, I think really he's perfect for the character. I honestly think that when the Blade comes out, if it hits 2025, and I'm talking about the movie, that character and Marvel will be at the top of conversation. It'll be like massive, you know.
That's where I was trying to think of, because like right now Marvel's kind of in that downward hill, where we're not getting any payoffs.
Because the movies everybody's really excited for are still a year or two away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if we're still in that downward spiral, like it could hurt it a little bit. So like hopefully we get some payoff movies in between there to like get the energy back into the Marvel MCU stuff. But I don't know.
He's he was in True Detectives, Altea Battle Angel. He was Vector. Spider-Man Into the
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Alita. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He was Uncle Aaron. He was Hidden Figures. He was Colonel Jim Johnson.
That's a good movie too. Hidden Figures.
So he was Remy from House of Cards. Oh, he's gonna be fantastic. He was so fucking good in House of Cards. Like he's a phenomenal fucking actor. And already a lot of these shows and movies that I'm seeing that he's been in, he's gonna fucking kill it. Especially with, as Blade. He was already no, I don't think that's the. I saw Predators, but it's not the Predators we're thinking of, or at least I'm thinking of.
I don't. That doesn't help me.
I thought Predator, like the movie, like the fucking Alien vs Predator.
Yeah,
Predator.
something else.
But this one's something else. I think. I'm not even gonna click it, but yeah, man, he's he was in Alcatraz TV show. Yeah. He's gonna fuck. And he was in Hunger Games.
Is he in Hunger Games?
He's Boggs in a Hunger Game.
It's like a guy that you've seen in so many different things, you know what I mean? But like really his stardom kind of like took another level in recent years, you know? But yeah, I think he's gonna be awesome. And I like I said, I really feel like Blade is going to be the talk of movies and all that kind of stuff. Like it's gonna be the It IP, like the It thing. For MCU stuff, right? We have coming up, the only movie from Marvel next year is Deadpool, right? Mm-hmm. So we can still kind of see that MCU is going to be in this like somewhat like stale down phase, except for Deadpool 3, which I think is going to be a big hit. Obviously, everybody's going to want to go see fucking Deadpool, right? And then in February of 2025, Captain America comes out, right? So
I don't.
Do we see a lot of hype for that right now? It's like
the only bad movie like I could think of maybe like Thunderbolts that year because you got the new Fantastic Four. Everyone's gonna be hyped about that. See what they do with that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America, people are gonna want to know how they actually do that without Steve Rogers. So like, that's a big year. All
This
that
is
is
Anthony
like,
Mackie's big Captain America movie, right? So you're gonna have Captain America: Brave New World. You're gonna have followed up by Fantastic Four, followed up by Thunderbolts, which will be a team up movie, right? We'll see how well that goes. Maybe it's kind of their version of Suicide Squad or whatever. I don't know. And then Blade, right? And then the movie after Blade.
That's what makes it real big.
Is the movie after fucking Blade? Like, just think about this, right? You want to talk about potential setups and scenarios and how big this character might be. The movie after Blade listed is Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in 2026.
What if Blade is a king?
No.
Stop the fuck out of here.
The
fuck out of here.
I feel like Blade's gonna be that big movie that they're really using to catapult something here. Like a thread that's gonna tie a lot of things together. And after Blade, like I said, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and then the next one after that is the following year, Avengers Secret Wars. You're talking about the movie that is the lead up to the Avengers movies. Like, the Blade is going to be fucking massive, dude. And Blade, everybody will be talking about Blade, and it'll be all over the place.
Assuming they stick to that timeline.
Assuming they stick to this timeline. That's correct.
During that, just because that's what is it? It's fucking. Oh my god! It's whatever 6. It's not season 6. What the fuck? I'm trying to think.
Phase
7.
Phase 6.
Jesus
Christ! It's Phase 6. The only thing they announced were the 2 Avenger game.
Right. So there could be more, right?
There's the beginning half. There's like 2 or 3 movies that are missing, and then there was like something in between that was missing between those 2.
Okay. We don't know what those are, right?
Well, I think after Blade, we're gonna get like somehow whatever Black Knight Eternals, probably Eternals 2, because they gotta finish that, because that's how Blade was introduced at the end of Eternals with Black Knight, so it was a double reveal of characters. So we're gonna get Blade. I guaranteed Black Knight's gonna be in that as well, and then I thought they mentioned that he's Jon Snow is going to have his own Black Knight movie. So there's that, and that's all supernatural stuff. So if they're going to introduce like fucking Ghost Rider, that'll be the time where they introduce all that. If they're doing the supernatural stuff,
right? That would make a lot of sense, obviously.
And getting a Ghost Rider that is under Marvel, holy fuck. That is big. Like, nothing wrong with Johnny Cage's the first
Johnny Cage?
Ghost Rider.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny
Nicolas Cage.
Fuck. Nicolas Cage. Jesus Christ, bro.
I fucking love you.
See what happens when you get old? See what happens? Chat when you get old?
This is not from age.
Not
we
even
know what it's
close
from,
to
Psycho.
Hey, we want to talk about what caused the bad memory and lapsed judgment and everything else. And poor
it
speech.
sounded so natural. It took me a second to realize what he had said. It was just like, yeah, Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it because it's Johnny Blaze, right?
Yeah,
so
that's where I got fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what you did there, right?
No. Old man. No, that's what I'm sticking with. But no, yeah, it's going to be interesting in how they after this Blade movie, where they're going to go, what direction, because they can't fucking introduce a fuck ton more characters because we're going into the Kang Dynasty. So there's probably a half dozen more movies until they go to Secret Wars.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this movie comes out. And then the game. But I think it'll probably be like a year or 2 after the movie. But my whole point though is like the people downplaying Blade right now. Like, you have no foresight. Like, it hasn't been like at the forefront of people's minds as much for a long time, but because we haven't gotten the content. Like, but all it takes is a great utilization of the IP to be like that example, you know. And this game will be most likely after the movie. So
I just gotta say, people are so shook with Xbox getting Blade that they had to tweet out the fucking what was it, the community, somebody made a fan service trailer of Wolverine, what they think it is, in Unreal Engine 5, and they shared the one screenshot saying, "Oh, look, Wolverine is amazing, look how beautiful it is."
I got
And that's
so
like,
confused with this, man, because like I saw people running with like that Insomniac had been hacked and screenshots were leaked.
but that was
But
Pong posted it,
I
and
know.
it was a creator, it was some fan, a fan that, it's kind of like there was this one gentleman that always posts in UE5 like trailers and things
Yeah,
like
his
that he
concept,
just
right?
makes.
Yeah.
His concept stuff. So this is just someone's concept of what Wolverine could look like in UE5, and we know it's not going to be in UE5 because that's not what they use.
Yeah,
don't
I mean
believe
that's the screenshots that people are showing saying it came from a hack from Insomniac aren't from that. They're from a fan-made concept UE5 demo that they put out
Yes.
there a year
Yeah,
ago.
the hack screenshots are in like 240p. You could barely like see
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, so those are
Exactly.
different. Well, why are people using this UE5 picture?
Because it looks beautiful. That's why.
like,
Because they're scared of
Because it's the only one you
Xbox
can see
having
shit.
Blade.
but it's not the screenshot.
Yeah.
But like, it's so misleading. People think that like this
You
UE5
just said it.
thing
You
is
just said it. It's misleading, and that's what they love to do. They mislead their fans, and they mislead and spread misinformation, because that's what they do. Because that's all they want. All they give a shit is click,
So
click,
you
clack,
think they're
fucking
trying
clicks.
to sell that
Yes.
screenshot as the game because they think it looks good?
Because it looks amazing.
It looks like God of
what,
War or whatever. I saw people saying that it looks like God of War
It's
Wolverine
God of
or
War.
whatever. But like,
if it's God of War, I hope not, because I did not like the 2018 God of War, I did not even touch a Ragnarok, and I love God of War. I played the fuck out of David Jaffe's God of War. Those were fucking classics, fantastic games. This new Cory Borlog God of War, not a fan of it. It's not what God of War is. You know, you can't jump, and it's this fucking walking simulator. That's not God of fucking War. You are in there to fucking fuck people up, and here you are. I'm strolling. I can't jump, but look, it looks pretty. Come, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I'm trying to
So-
look and see these things now on like the little leaked screenshots. You can't see shit.
That's
Yeah.
that's why they're going with this.
That's why they went with the other thing.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't care if it's true, if it's truthful or not, because people are gonna run with a false narrative until they get called out.
yeah, I mean,
And they're like,
dude,
oh,
everybody expects Wolverine to be great. It's made by Insomniac, so like, I don't know why they even have to like, you know.
because they're insecure because of Blade. That's how fragile these fucking idiots are. They're so fragile that they run with a lie just to get a one-up that Xbox announcement of
Psycho's
Blade.
been saving up his energy for like 3 months.
I know, man. Yeah.
Ooh, once I'm fucking, it's just these fucking idiots everywhere, because all they fucking do. Plus IGN with their fucking bullshit today, and then they post the fucking whole, hey, here's how you cancel PlayStation Plus. Like, really? If you had this in the pipeline, why don't you just wait and release both articles at the same time? If you're being honest and genuine, and truthfully, you weren't. You're trying to fucking do this purposely, and then you're like, oh fuck, we need to fucking put this out, and then oh look, Xbox community is fucking crazy because they jumped the gun and they overreacted. Like, no, we really didn't, because you're IGN, and that was what you're known for, is doing bullshit like this. So, anyways, Blade's gonna be amazing. It got the PlayStation community fucking scared. So
Yeah. It is interesting to see how much they want it, you know.
yes,
Which I want that to continue. I honestly, like, I know now that the trailer is up on the YouTube channel for Xbox and stuff now, but like I want it to be hyped up for until it release. I want people to get excited about this game. I want Arcane to have all the opportunity to not have all the bullshit for a couple years while they're developing it, and the negative sentiment constantly on them about like, why are you doing this to us? Why are you taking it away from PlayStation gamers? Or why are you doing this? Like, I just want them to make the game.
And you know, every interview from them, from like big media, is gonna be like, "Is it gonna be on PlayStation?"
Yeah,
and they're gonna be like, "Well,
say, we no comment."
Well, we're just making a game that we feel like making,
right,
or some shit." And it's
so
like,
that then you can leave that alone, and you can just like talk about the game, and then everybody's like, "Oh, there's still a chance, so we're still gonna be excited for it, right?" And then you hit them with the fucking bad news that they're gonna have to swallow that pill. You know, like a 6 months before release, right? When they announce the release date or whatever, and they're like, coming on, you know, November, blah 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 blah, exclusively on Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, fuck, you know, we've been excited for this game for so long, and then you'll see the articles come out, but it's too late. You've already been hyping the game for a couple years, you know? So yeah,
I think
I hope they don't say anything. Honestly, I think what they're doing right now is working. I really do.
yeah, no, it's good, and I think that not saying anything was strategic. Either if it's that Amy chick from our new
Tina Amini.
Yeah. Is it Tina?
Tina Amini.
I'm thinking of Amy Hood. God damn it. So Tina,
Amy Hood, the developer that left Sony.
No, that's not Amy Hood.
Who's Amy Hood? Oh, Amy Hood's like the Microsoft CFO. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Connie Booth. Yeah, I pulled the psycho. Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
It's okay. It's
so many wrong names going around. I don't know who the fuck.
I'm getting confused myself now. It's like
Tina Amini.
Yeah.
Right? Amini.
Amini.
I think.
Yeah.
Amini, because she was social media manager for what, IGN or some bullshit like that, and then coming to Xbox, kind of. I think they did this. I think it's done purposely to get hype for the game and people talking about it. Now, it was being talked about, where is it going to go? But it's still, people with the brain cell would know if it's made by a first-party Xbox studio, it's going to be Xbox exclusive. But let them think it's going to be elsewhere. And then today, they finally put the stamp on it. But they didn't say nothing. They just, announced it, and Aaron Greenberg was like, "Yeah, you should watch this."
Aaron Greenberg.
That's all he said.
Aaron Greenberg's like profile picture says everything you need to know. That's like the most subliminal messaging you could have.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you're rubbing off on me, psycho. I can't fucking speak today.
Oh, sorry.
I know it's your birthday, man, but stop rubbing off on me, okay?
Whoa.
The subliminal messaging there you could have, it's like without making a statement, he's making a statement, right?
Exactly. And that's the thing. It was good, and I think that they should, like you said, don't talk about it. Let people still, if they're uncertain, let them be uncertain. Let them talk about it. Let it be fucking news article after news article. Like, Blade's gonna be made. Where's it going? We don't know. And then boom, it's exclusive to Xbox. And then what are they gonna do? Downplay everything they were being excited for all those years and prior with time. Yeah, but then it just shows like, oh, okay, well, what's your true feelings? You're excited, and then now you're not excited because what? It's on Xbox. Well, guess what? It's time to get an Xbox, folks. This is a new generation. Stop living in 2013. It's no longer the Xbox One, PS4 generation. We're living in the PS5 and Xbox Series XS generation, and Xbox is coming out swinging with their dick.
Okay, right on, bro. Yeah, I saw those, bro. Thanks for sharing that with me, Nate Dog. I'd already found them too, but like it's I did. Kate just says, did I notice that I deleted the other FunPop overlay from Dropbox? Yeah, I noticed it because when I opened up OBS for the show, it wasn't there. It was just gone, and I had to search and try and dig and find the old one. So yeah, thanks, babe, but I appreciate it. And yeah, so we're back on the old overlay for right now until Kate does our whole redesign whenever she gets to it. Love you, babe. Anyway, yeah, I think Blade's gonna be great. I think Wolverine's gonna be great, but like at the end of the day, I think it's big for Xbox to have this game, and I think the Blade IP is big, and I think it will be huge.
Oh my god!
After the Blade comes out, for sure. So
did you see Blade fucking PlayStation reposted the Blade trailer?
Did you see they didn't though?
Shut up, Jasper. Did you see that they did? You should play it, Mav.
I already clicked on that because I was like, what is this guy trying to share right now? I had to see what the joke was, right? People are running with that already, and like without knowing, and like it's a thing. That's I get the joke, it's funny and stuff like that, but like so many people don't click on it and they're just sharing it. And this is going to be the headline of PlayStation podcast all over the place tomorrow that never even click on it and get the joke. I guarantee you there may be some tonight. I don't know, but they're probably like Wolverine or not Wolverine. Fuck. Blade. See, it's happening again. Shit. Blade coming to PlayStation. PlayStation uploads on the YouTube channel. If you spoiler alert, if you click on the video, you're gonna get rickrolled. It's a funny joke, but
I guess there's a shit ton of people reposting it and talking about it as it's a real thing.
Because people don't click on things, people don't read things. Like for me, it was like, what? This has got to be a joke. Like so, it was like, what is the joke? What is this gonna take you to? As a YouTube link. So yeah, it just takes you to Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna say goodbye. You're never gonna get Blade, motherfuckers, even if you try. So yeah, get rickrolled if you want. Click on that. But yeah, Blade coming to Xbox 2026, we think, probably, or 2027. Or do they hold off in its next gen release, 2028?
Next gen.
5 years away?
Yeah.
Think it's that far away, Psycho?
What, 2026?
2028 is what Jasper just said.
Oh, 2028? Dude, that's 6 years from now. It depends on what they're going to do with the game. Like, fidelity-wise. If they're going to... if they're going to have what they showed...
It'll be 27.
It could be 27. It could be the launch of the new consoles. So 27.
That's supposed to be 28.
Unless that's the message that they want Sony to think.
What? Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be more between 2026 and 2028, most likely. I mean, slim chance it could be 2025, but like
it would be like one of the last
slim.
games on this generation or something.
Yeah,
yeah, it would be the last game, or they can pull what Sony does and just remaster it again for the new system. Double dip.
Yeah.
Oh no, they got smart delivery, so they can't do that. So,
yeah, they don't. Yeah, Xbox don't double dip. Come on now, get it on PC, get it everywhere.
I know.
But yeah, we're got some good stuff coming, and Let's see. We had a super chat from Alvin for $2. Says Mav doing Fallout trailer grabbed a moldy one.
He was talking about your drink.
Yeah.
No, that was funny. When he fucking when that dude fucking is like, oh, moldy one.
Yeah.
I like that. I was like, that is a classic. Fuck, that would happen in like if they had like interactions like that in Fallout in the actual video game, like because of Fallout Shelter. I think you're the only one that's alive. And this one is like everyone's alive, so it's kind of a different take. That would be something that you would hear in the video game. So it's great to see that.
So next question. Do we see this opening the door for Xbox, Bethesda, whoever, to be doing other Marvel games potentially, besides just Blade?
I see them opening up their just comic books in general. I want to see Xbox kind of go into this anti-hero, mature content, comic video games that they just kind of like started to kind of unleash, because Blade is that anti-hero mature video game. A Spawn would be a fantastic get for them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like, so
I know Marvel doesn't want to kind of they don't want to do anything with the Punisher for some reason. It's kind of weird why they, because I mean we get why the whole skull, like, I won't get political with it, but they like don't want to use the skull for Punisher anymore because of some stupid bullshit. But anyways, so I can see like if the Punisher, if you want to stick with Marvel, Punisher, Ghost Rider, you get into those anti-hero comic book video games. That's like the perfect spot for Xbox, because it's not like you don't have to go super realistic. You can go like artistic visuals, kind of like what Blade it looks like, and you start doing that, and you can the home of the anti-hero on Xbox is kind of like their swan song, because they're like the anti-hero, like no one like everyone's always against them, but they're ones that is fucking pretty much like saving gaming, because they're not trying to fucking nickel and dime their gamers. They're trying to fucking keep gaming alive, and it's just their swan song, personally. So I think them going with the anti-hero, I think it'd be a great fit for Xbox, and I'll love to see that they go double down on that. Get like, Spawn, get Ghost Rider, get Daredevil, get fucking oh my god, I had his name. The Punisher. Get characters like that. I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
Come on, Jasper, you ain't put nothing into this. Let's go.
I can't talk because you're talking at 3,000 miles per hour faster than you ever talked in your life.
Sorry.
No,
got some birthday powder.
God. Oh shit! All right, so Blade. Here's the thing, like Arcane Leon, like I see them as being like still that one game studio, right? Arcane Austin. What are they gonna do next? They said kind of they're going back to their roots. I feel like, so I'm thinking they might do another Prey, right? Maybe do that. Maybe something else. But Arcane Leon is the one that's done Deathloop and Dishonored, right? So
anti-hero.
Do they go forward and like continue to go this route, or maybe Xbox or Microsoft is willing to do other deals with Marvel? But this deal probably came down. It's unclear, right? But we know from the leaked documents that had happened that there was another licensed IP game with ZeniMax Bethesda back in 2020, right? That they had signed up, and we knew that they already had Indiana Jones, right? We know that Microsoft restructured that deal to make Indiana Jones exclusive, which was then reiterated in an interview the other day by someone from Disney. So is this just like because Bethesda did those deals and now Microsoft is, okay, well, these came with the territory and we're gonna make them exclusive, or is this something to potentially expect now that they might do more of these? Because Marvel's been making deals with lots of different companies, right?
I think it's more of Microsoft in like a testing phase with it. To see how well it does for the brand and how much attention it gets. Like if they actually see positive return in that, they may branch out a little more. But in the past, Microsoft's been like, we want our own shit. We want to own our content. We want to do all this. So it could just be like a testing phase for them. Like, let's just test out Indiana Jones and Blade. And if they do really well, then we may look into investing more into IPs we don't own.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That would be smart on their behalf if they do that, because then if you get licensed IP like with Blade, and if they do go out and get other and either comic book heroes or whatever the case is, you'll get people that are outside of the brand looking like, oh, these games are in Game Pass. Well, I love this. Whoever it is, I'll let me check it out, and then boom, they're in Game Pass. They're checking. Oh wow, look at all this. All right, and then you open up to a bigger audience. I mean, that's kind of what they did with Spider-Man, because I mean, Spider-Man is like you know who Spider. Everybody knows who Spider because of all the movies they've done. Sony has done.
I just thought about the
it's
aspect
smart.
of having a potential like Blade Xbox. Like Spider-Man PS5 sell, you know what I mean? That's like a highly sought after bundle. And maybe the Xbox just does like a wrap or something or whatever, but like they could have like a really sick ass Blade, like a
get like a trench coat wrap and
yeah. No, like a blood red blood red and black like Xbox Series X, like just like that theme from Blade, you know what I mean? Like that would be like pretty badass. Have some like vampire shit all over it, like I don't know, man. That'd be
I think
pretty fucking badass, dude.
I think the wraps are cool and all, but I want the traditional limited edition console. Let me, like if you want to do both, do the console and possibly a wrap, but the wrap has to be a different design than what the actual limited edition console is. So this way, people that can't afford to get the limited edition console still can customize their Xbox. So if you do that, I think that'd be fantastic. Going back, that's what Xbox is known for throughout at least a long time. Because if you remember all the Halo themed OG Xboxes, I mean, you had the blue Halo 2, you had the see-through green, the smoky. And you had all those Xboxes, not including with the 360. 360 was different because they did the faceplates, and then when they had the Halo themed Xbox, it was all green and had the green faceplate, and it was that, and they had that orange disc tray, which was really freaking awesome. And then like this generation, they did the Halo themed, and that's it. And I get why console shortages. I get it. Now there's no issues.
Be obviously a different kind of Xbox at that time too, like because it'll be the revision of like the
that's why I'm
discless
thinking
one,
they probably haven't done the wraps, because if they're actually changing the shapes, they're gonna have to change the wraps. So maybe they're holding off on new wraps.
Yeah.
It's like they've just came out with the one wrap, and they might have to change them already. But like the Starfield wrap is awesome. I have it on my Xbox right here.
But is it overheating, Mav? Is your Xbox overheating though with that wrap?
No, it's not. It's nice and
they're just idiots that were saying
nice
that.
and safe. But
you were going to say toasty, weren't you?
No, I was going to say cozy, I think. But anyway, So Blade coming. I think here's the
How
thing.
bad
Like,
is he coming?
Jesus Christ, what are you on today? It's like, happy birthday again, man. I would say happy birthday to Psycho. Okay, happy birthday, bro. I can tell it's your birthday today. You're in a great mood. Love it.
He started the show saying, "Yeah, I'm fucking dead. I can't move,
Yeah.
whatever." Now he's like,
he's like, woohoo!
Yeah, I took my birthday present.
So, like, I saw the chat talking about this. I was going to bring this up anyway. Like, the other aspect is that we've seen Microsoft doing some deals with third-party licensing already. They've done it with Monkey Island.
Yeah.
With Sea of Thieves, and they did it with Sea of Thieves with Disney, right? For Pirates of the Caribbean. So, and that's just like, it's content within the game, you know what I mean? So it's like a little different. It's a little different, but they're establishing a working relationship, right? And then they have these two. Obviously, the relationship is there, still going. I do think that this whole thing with them continuously, because I gotta, have some back and forth here with this game, right? As much just like they would with the Pirates of the Caribbean content they did probably, and then what any other IPs that they kind of do. Like you have back and forth between the companies that own those trademarks and stuff. So Indiana Jones as well, obviously, right? So I feel like the door to this whole thing is more open than it's ever been before, right? Before
you also have to
got
remember,
Blade
like,
as a question, would they? And now we know they would.
You also have to remember Microsoft's like kind of philosophy is like, we want our creators to make the games they want to make. So
yes,
maybe they leave that to like, if like Rare says we want to make a fucking whatever Marvel game, like maybe they let them do that. I don't know, like,
yeah.
But that Rare also has to want to do that too. So it's kind of a tough situation where it's like the door may be open, but if the teams don't give a shit about Marvel, like, you're not going to get it.
Yeah. You could also see like something Star Wars come, something from the Bethesda side as well. Maybe the ZeniMax Online game is a Star Wars MMO. That would be fucking insane, dude. That would be nuts. That would be huge. But who knows? But this door's open. I want to each pick one. I want to stay away from Bethesda because they're the most likely, right? Because they've already done those deals and stuff, right? I want to think about, okay, if Xbox branched into this, and they said, okay, we're doing more, and they had a studio that wanted to make a Marvel game. I would stick to Marvel because Marvel's been licensing out games like candy lately, right? It's like everybody's getting a Marvel game. New studios that never made a game before are getting Marvel games. So let's look at Xbox Game Studios, okay? From the family of studios at Xbox, which one do you think would be likely to want to work on a Marvel game, and what game and what studio would it be? That's a very tough question, I know.
Yeah, so it's going to be the Coalition, and it's going to be Ghost Rider.
Coalition and Ghost Rider?
Yes, sir.
That'd be pretty sick, actually. I have to give you credit for that. That's pretty badass.
Because it's something that it's way outside their box, but it gives them enough freedom that it doesn't feel like what they've been doing, but yet it's a character where they can get really nitty and gritty and really show off what they can do. And imagine seeing fucking Ghost Rider and UE5 fucking be nuts.
Yeah.
Because they would go ultra realistic.
I see Don Sicario say Judge Dredd in the Coalition. Wolf Rosario say Coalition Punisher. In Exile on Deadpool game, KT the Goat says. They would be a fucking great fit for a Deadpool game. Like, just based on personality-wise. Gameplay-wise, we'd have to see how that would work, but, like, personality-wise, that would be insane, No,
it'd be a good one is Doctor Strange and Tango Gameworks.
Yeah, that would be great. We've actually talked about that before. That'd be a good fit. Alvin with the $2 super chat says Double Fine doing Wonder Boy from Tenacious D. That'd be interesting. You could throw, if you want to throw a Double Fine one out there, how about MODOK? To let Tim Schafer do a MODOK game? That'd be fucking trippy as hell, bro. Put Jack Black as the voice of MODOK. It'd be insane. Be fucking insane. Let's go. You got one, Jasper? You still thinking?
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, you said, like, what studio you think would, like, want to do a Marvel thing?
Right.
And
because I think they would have to want to. This is not going to be a forced situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. Of like, I'm sure that people at 343 don't want to work on Halo. So like, they probably want to work on something else. So I was trying to think of something that would fit for them, but like, I don't know. And then I was like, and I'm just trying to think of a cool character.
Well, so
like,
I don't know, man. Like
Cable could be a good one for them.
That would be a good one for 343.
Because it is a shooter, and they do have some. You know, he does have the ability to jump time.
So does that, you gonna accept Psycho's answer? You're gonna come up with one yourself?
No, I was trying to think of another studio at this point. Like I was just like 343 is just gonna be eternally factory first.
Yeah, I mean, we say that certain devs aren't forced to work on anything, but 343 is definitely forced to work on Halo. That's for damn sure. As is Coalition Gears for the time being. At least.
Name in the studio.
It doesn't say the Halo exactly. It doesn't mean they can't expand beyond it. Like there was already a Coalition game that they supposedly were working on that kind of get put on the back burner so they could focus on Gears 6.
That was Black Tusk.
No, I'm talking about more recently. Like they had announced that they were working on
super secret super secret game that the
well, they had
talking about.
Yeah, they had said themselves in a post that they were working on multiple projects in UE5, right? And then news came out that they had put those other projects on the side to focus on Gears 6. So, I have like I would love to see Coalition do something else, but at the same time, like I am ready for that Gears train to start rolling full force again. It's time now, you know. And if Gears 6 hits, then at that point, like what's next for Gears? I'm already thinking about that too, you know. So it might be difficult for them because they're always pushing the boundaries there, and like I think they need a lot. They need all their resources and power on whatever games they're making. You know what I mean?
I got it. I got the game.
You got it? Okay.
Obsidian and Ant-Man.
Oh, that would be great. Are you saying that just because of Grounded?
Partially. But like you expand that to like you actually get like the RPG elements of like they're like
that would be good.
Outer Worlds and stuff, like so you make it like a bigger than just a Grounded size game.
I could see Obsidian wanting to work on something Marvel. I mean, they've worked on
They already got the ants.
They've worked on Star Wars before, right? I mean, they've been a studio that has dabbled in other IPs and stuff quite often, you know. So I could see that.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah, they Obsidian actually wanted to do the KOTOR remake. They didn't get the bid though.
Well, they did the second one.
Yeah,
they did the second one,
but that was also they weren't owned by Microsoft when they lost out on the bid to make that game. It was when it was chosen to be Aspire. So
yeah, now here they are. Opportunity knocks.
Playground games and cars.
Like this the
Cars
Pixar movie or whatever.
How about they just make that as a little like fun
add-on
for Forza Horizon.
Ka-chow.
Let's leave it at
Is it Ka-chow?
That.
Is that his name? Is that his slogan? Ka-chow.
It's like Ka-chow or Kapow. I know what you're talking about. It's Lightning McQueen.
Like
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
So, you know. Or it's so all right, let me get into this here. So I already said the Double Fine MODOK thing. That would actually be funny as hell. But oh man.
I named like 5 of them, Mav.
I know.
Matt's just trying to find a Gambit pick in there.
I know, right? Son of a bitch.
I'm
That
I'm
goddamn
really
Gambit.
I'm really trying to focus here because
Coalition?
no, I'm not gonna go coalition. I'm not gonna go 3-4-3.
Not
Like-
coalition. Compulsion. Sorry.
I have to think
Right.
like I would say Ninja Theory, but I think they're the ones that want to create their own stuff,
Yeah.
right? They're very like creative in their own stories, right? So I don't see them.
Oh, they got
as-
a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art equipment for mocapping.
Yeah, I mean Obsidian's an easy answer. Obsidian, but I'm trying to think of certain. I want a specific game, and I'm trying to fit the studio to it, and I don't know if I can make it work.
Any studios that are in Louisiana for your Gambit game?
No, so the Gambit game's gotta be a certain style, right? And Ninja Theory is the only ones that come to my mind that has like a track record of making those kind of games. They did DMC before, they did Heavenly Sword and stuff like, and you know, I'm trying to think of like,
You could maybe have the State of Decay team do it, but go more single player focused with it, and have like a third person open world Gambit instead of like first person, or like kind of more story driven. I don't know.
yeah. So okay, I'm trying to think of the studios. So we got Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Double Fine.
There's 40.
There's
Take your pick.
343. World's Edge.
I mean, they do strategy stuff, so that's
Okay,
Strategy Gambit game. There we go.
I got it. I fucking got it. Y'all aren't ready for this shit. Here we go.
Toys for
I'm
Bob.
gonna drop the fucking bomb here. I got it, guys.
Bojang.
Okay.
World's Edge,
A card game, I swear to God.
Secret Wars.
Would that work though?
Oh yeah, that'd fucking work.
But you just have like,
You have factions. You have multiple factions going on here.
but it's just the
So it's gonna be like
superheroes.
a battle royale.
Yeah, you
superhero.
fucking think of the beauty of this. You fucking have the whole Marvel like arsenal at your fingertips, bro. Come on, you could have fucking
Battle Royale.
X-Men
Secret
squad
Wars. There we
with
go.
like the Avengers. You could have like fucking, you know, the Kangs. You know, you could have like Quantum Realm like faction. Yes, like a RTS Secret Wars fucking game. Are you kidding me? You could have Ant-Man and like their army of ants and all the ant things, you know, and they like build your buildings and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, you could have a Quantum Realm map. You could have a fucking like you got ones in all the different realms and the different places. Oh my god, dude. Secret World's Edge, Secret Wars.
Do you think Scott Lang injects his dong with pen particle?
To make it bigger or smaller.
But like the thing with Secret Wars though is like you just have like an Iron Man on one team, and then the guy next to you you're fighting would also have an Iron Man. So it's like you're just fighting the same dudes.
No, because you have the enemies too, right? So you can have like, imagine all the multiverses and all this shit are mixed up. Like you can have like,
Yeah, but it's the multiverse, but it's the same characters.
right, so but you would have the tied to factions.
37 Iron Mans.
You would have like
Oh,
like,
so you have Iron Man faction. So every Iron Man from across the multiverse is on one team and like shit like that.
no,
Then it doesn't work.
it does work. You're making this too complicated. All right, so you're trying to ruin my dream, bro. All right, so like I'm saying like, okay, so like what all incorporates the Secret Wars, right? We have like the different groups or whatever. So you could have like a Thunderbolts faction, right? You could have a X-Men faction. You could have a Fantastic Four faction. And you could have people and things that are kind of like within their realm of movies and stuff. You could have a whole ShaneG thing going on there, right? And maybe you have like, you know, you choose different team ups or whatever that fit more in line with those, you know? Yeah, man. And then the
Marvel's
enemies, you
campaign.
could like, you know, we're talking about time jumping and multiverses and stuff.
So it's not
you could
Secret
bring
Wars.
you could bring back Thanos and stuff.
So it's just Marvel RTS, not Secret Wars.
Well, I mean, they're all battling, you know, each other. You could have the scrolls. Yeah. I mean, isn't Secret Wars kind of like everybody's fucking like going at it? Like,
Well,
in
because
like,
they're in Battle World.
yeah, it's like
That's
all of
what
them.
happened.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but you get like multiple Iron Mans too, and like multiple Spider-Mans and multiple. It's like multiple of the same characters fighting each other on one world.
okay, well, I mean, so fair enough, right? You could have
That's where I'm like, it's kind of weird. Like,
maybe you
'cause
have
just
different versions of those on different factions or whatever. You could do that. You know, just okay. Yeah, take the word Secret Wars out of it, just to be fair.
Nate Dogg's like, no RTS map.
No, come on, RTS all the way. RTS all the way. It's gonna be fucking faction based Marvel RTS. Be fucking amazing. Let's go. Could you imagine like the enemy like Magneto squad? You know, you have like the heroes, you know, like RTSs have. You have like a hero. So like you have like a Thanos, you have like a, you know, a Magneto squad, you have like a fucking then you have like the heroes, you can have like a Iron Man one, or you have like a Spider-Man one, you have like a fucking
Other heroes.
ShaneG one, or whatever, you know what I mean? Blade one.
Yeah.
It can be sick. You want a
It'd be
visceral superhero game, no RTS? Well, we got plenty of those. There's gonna be so many visceral
X Factor.
Marvel games.
There we go.
Got
Don Segura. Nice.
okay, so people don't like my idea, so I'll scrub it.
No, I think they
It's
they
just
don't.
difficult to work with superheroes in RTSs because, like, how do you like make one stand out like above the other? Like, if you have
I
like,
agree. That's why I think like the
because
heroes
you have to have
are
like smaller grunt units that are kind of like your fodder, and like you can't really
Yeah.
do that when you have heroes.
Okay, so what if like each faction is made up mostly of the grunt units, and then you have the one hero? You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
Iron Man has like
Iron Man would have his
drones
Iron
and
Legion,
stuff,
yeah.
and like, you know, like stuff like that. And then you have
Ant-Man
like,
would have his ants.
yeah, you would have like
But you got to be like,
ShaneG would have the warriors and stuff from like that place that he was at. I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Captain America could have like World War II soldiers.
yeah. Captain America has like Shield.
Oh yeah, that works too.
Yeah, Captain America has Shield. You have where it gets tricky is like Spider-Man. Like, what does it got? You know, you're gonna have
New
like, you're
Yorkers.
gonna throw Mary Jane out there throwing purse at
No,
people.
you have
like...
New Yorkers. You have New York City cops and subway train operators and shit like that.
You could have like little spiders and shit, but that'd be kind of stupid because
Yeah.
You could have like Electra could have like the Foot Clan or whatever they're called.
yeah, there you go. See, like, and maybe you have like 3 heroes per faction or whatever, right?
And
then you kind of like bundle them all up together.
Yeah.
and then
A
you
MOBA
have,
game would be more appropriate. I agree, Luis,
Yeah.
but I fucking hate MOBA games, so no. So no, I won't choose it. You know, my first instinct was
Doctor
to say
Strange.
Ninja Theory and Gambit or Tango GameWorks and Gambit, but I left Tango GameWorks out of it. So, you know, Ninja Theory and Gambit would be a great fit, but I don't think Ninja Theory would want to do it. So that's where my problem lies, and I don't know of another studio that would want to do it. I actually think the best fit for a Gambit game is Sucker Punch still, which is a PlayStation studio. But
I don't know if Sucker Punch would be a good
man,
fit for Gambit.
Infamous, man, come on, they made Infamous, dude. Like, and Ghost of Tsushima, like they would be so great at fucking making Gambit. Ninja Theory could make a great Gambit game. Sucker Punch could, or Insomniac could. There's probably there's some other studios that could make a good one. Like I could even
What
say
about
some Japanese
that
studios.
team that went under, the team that made Immortals of Avium?
Yeah, that's first person. I don't know how they do with a third person game because Gambit I think needs to be third person.
Does it? I mean, because it's gonna be really cool seeing like fucking purple cards come out of your hands.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the staff, you know, the bow that he uses as weapon and stuff, and like
when you use your bow, then you go in third person mode, and then when you're done, you go back to first person.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to switch back and forth though. I just want to run around and use the fucking I'll call
Kind
it
of like Gears of War does.
I'm
Gears
gonna
of War
call it,
does
it's
that.
called a bow, but I'm gonna call it a staff so people don't think I'm calling it a fucking bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we use it as a staff, you know, to run around. Like I would like to use that, like jump and shit, like vault and you know, like spin it around, like crazy shit. That
People were just gonna turn that shit into a Souls game then.
It would be the only Souls game I ever beat. That would be. It's a bow. I know it's a bow staff. Yeah, but I like calling it a bow, but like people listening back, Gambit doesn't use a bow. He uses a staff, you know, because they're thinking of a fucking like bow and arrow. You know what I mean? So anyway, you think Sucker Punch does something as well?
B-O-W.
Could be. Moon Knight game similar to Batman Arkham games. Oh, that'd be sick. Tango Gameworks would make a good Moon Knight game, too. We always pick Tango Gameworks for these things.
Because of Ghostwire Tokyo.
Because of Ghostwire Tokyo, right?
Yeah, they'll make a great. What is that fucking Naruto game?
Yeah.
The whole hand signals and shit.
Anyway, we'll move on past this.
Believe it.
I'm still picking the RTS. Fuck it. So
we fixed it for you. You got there.
And in other news, DC and WB Discovery are kind of doing some interesting things right now, and
you're fucking idiots. That's what they are.
When WB Discovery became a company, when that merger was announced, right? The announcements were tied with these things like we're creating a super service that's, going to compete with Netflix and Disney Plus and all these things, right? And we're gonna add all these things to HBO and stuff, right? So here's what's happened since then. They made the merger. They canceled multiple projects. They've had a few box office flops. They've had some games that had already been in development hit and become like pretty successful, but some of them have also kind of underperformed as well. But the weirdest thing now, right? So since then, when streaming services started bleeding subs after COVID and all this kind of stuff, the number one service that was bleeding subs was Max, right? Which used to be HBO Max, and they changed it just to Max after the merger, which then they lost like more subs than anybody else, partly because they don't have as much good content anymore because so much stuff was canceled. But in all of this grand scheme to create this big streaming service to compete, one thing they did recently, if you look on Netflix right now, you can watch the new Batman movie, you can watch all the fucking DC shit is there, right? And then now they just announced a deal to bring their content to Tubi, which is a free service. So what the fuck is going on with WB Discovery? Like, how are they going to grow this subscriber base when they're giving the only shit that anybody cares about to the competitive platforms? I think, honestly, they are fucking desperate right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are absolutely fucking desperate to make a deal with Tubi and put all their shit there when they're bleeding subs. This is a desperation move.
Not to mention, it's like HBO is like one of the highest fucking price streaming services out there. So it's like,
but
cool.
it's people are canceling left and right because they're not coming out with a lot of new great content for it. You know what I mean? Like, they were doing okay before this merger, but since then it's like just been a travesty. They've had a couple of things, but you know, where's the good flow of content? Like, Disney's done better, Netflix has done better. Pretty much Paramount's done better, Peacock's done better, right? And the thing that's been keeping them kind of afloat has been the WB game side of things, because they had some successful games hit that had already been in development for a long time. But then now how do they fund all these games that they're going to continue to work on in the future, right? I think they're fledgling. I think that they are probably going to get bought by somebody else, a bigger player, which is the reason a lot of us thought they were being merged together and separated away from AT&T in the first place, to be something attractive to acquire. The rumors for a long time were that it was already a preconceived notion and already a thing that was lined up after it was going to be them have the ability to sell to somebody else. They were going to get acquired by Universal. But I think that time has already passed now.
That's tough because, like, I don't know if Universal has the money for it.
Yeah.
Amazon, it would get blocked by the FTC. Disney would get blocked by the FTC. So there's not really any big players out there that are already in this space that can afford.
Yeah, so you got to look outside the space. Maybe it could Apple, because Apple doesn't have. I mean, Apple has a good service, but they don't have like a lot of their own big studios and IPs and stuff. They have some good quality content, but like Apple is the only other one I can think of. But like whenever they try and do anything, it gets shot down. You know, like Disney's not going to be able to do it. Like,
because they're already hurting for fucking money. Like,
well, yeah,
they're not gonna. They're not going to want to take on another fucking $60 billion.
And plus, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to be allowed to own DC and Marvel and own.
No, that'd be a monopoly.
Like, all that stuff. Like, I feel like it's just not going to happen, right? They would have to sell off certain aspects and stuff to make a deal like that work.
The thing is that HBO Max, during COVID, they had day and date movies that were releasing day and date as a theater, and a lot of people really liked that. Paid one-time fee a month and one time, but they pay a monthly fee and they get movies and day and date, and that was fantastic. They were and then they kind of backtracked from that because directors and people in Hollywood were like, it's gonna kill Hollywood. Guess what? You're fucking dying, because the movies you guys are making are not being well received. They're not the heydays of the silver screen is going away. I think that as well with WB is that they're not putting out new content. Blue Beetle bombed.
Yeah, I don't know if Blue Beetle bombed. I think
it bombed. It did not gross high dollars. They did not make what they put into it. A lot of the Wonder Woman was another one that didn't do so well. But it was just one of those things that if you don't have new content constantly going into your streaming service, how can you justify?
Yeah.
How can you justify a high subscription service fee and you're not putting content? Like, Netflix is constantly putting new content in. Disney has their TV shows, their movies, Disney stuff, Star Wars stuff. So there's constantly new content going. You got TV shows like Discovery, not Discovery, National Geographic. I meant things like that. There's constantly stuff going. Paramount, same thing. They got new stuff going in, making deals with other people. Their TV shows. everyone's putting in new stuff, but here's HBO Max. All right.
Does HBO do they give exclusivity to people like the DC movies, or does the HBO also get the DC movies?
What do you mean? So like
when they sign the deal, is like let's say for Batman, for example, is Batman only available to watch on like Netflix, or can you watch it on HBO?
It's on Max also. Yeah.
Okay.
That part of the problem, they got rid of the name HBO. Just be fucking real. That's like so stupid.
Yes. I don't know
Like,
why
that
they
was
did
so
that. Because
stupid.
HBO Max, it was HBO Cinemax. HBO Max. That's what it was. Now you call it just Max, and people are like, what the fuck is this? I mean, okay, this is the new stuff that they added, all right? Goonies, Jurassic World, Gremlins, Scorch Trials, Ramona and Beezus, Meet Me in St. Louis, Red Dawn, Overhead Dead Body, Necessary Roughness, Bill Said Excellent Adventure.
A lot of these
The
are
Color
old movies that
Purple,
just happen to hop on there.
Semi-Pro, Dickie Roberts. That's the thing. It's all old shit. There's nothing new. Nothing is new. And it's like, well, I wonder why your shit's not fucking doing well. HBO Max or AK Max. You don't have new content.
Well,
And
they
when you
canceled
do have-
Us.
all of it. Yeah, they did have Last of Us last year.
Yeah, and
they have some
that
other
was-
shows too that are in season and like come out and stuff too. They're just not popular with us really, but like that's still a problem. You know, I mean,
well,
they
even
don't have
with
like
their-
the big time shows right now that everybody's waiting for.
like their highlights. Trees, Gilded Age, 30 Coins, the Hard Knocks. Last week tonight with John Oliver, which is I like that. They had House of Dragon, but that ended. True Detective.
I think that
Um,
kind of didn't do as well as they hoped. Also,
Which one? True Detective?
no, the other one, House of
House of
Dragons.
Dragon?
Yeah,
Nah, because they didn't separate it enough from Game of Thrones. Like they heavily emphasized on Game of Thrones, and like the music is so sick, and it's just like, okay, like this is a new series, so do something different with your intro. And like the show itself I liked the show, but too many, it was just like they just hung on to what Game of Thrones was and didn't make its own thing. And what the fuck. But like a lot of the stuff that's really good that they have shown as highlights is old stuff, but like new, like The Last of Us that did well. But then guess what, there's no talk of season 2. There's no talk of
There's talks of season 2. It just got delayed because Pedro Pascal's too busy.
yeah.
Okay, so I didn't hear that part, but again, they have a lot of stuff that are. It's just there's nothing going on, and it's like I get why they try to go to. A lot of their stuff's on Netflix right now. A lot of stuff is on Tubi right now, or going to be on Tubi. But it's like ever since Discovery took over, they've done nothing but fuck the what was going well with HBO Max. I think changing the name really fucked them because people were like, it was like oh, because when you rebrand something, it's like, well, why would you get rid of HBO? Everyone knows what HBO is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think, they've done. So here's the issue, right? Like, I don't understand why they're putting their shit on other places, right? I don't know what that's about.
Unless they need money that bad, like it's just so fucking stupid.
So I just was looking into this as we're live, like because I'm like trying to figure out why the fuck are they doing this unless they're like struggling. So there may be more to it. They may be trying to make extra cash right now. So I just found this article from November 9th. This is from CNBC. Warner Brothers Discovery next step to gain scale may be looking at distressed assets. Chief Executive David Zaslav and board member John Malone both made comments this week suggesting the company is paying down debt and building up free cash flow to set up acquisitions in the next 2 years of media businesses suffering from diminished valuations. So, like, what this is trying to say is they're not, like...
They don't care about the service right now. They're trying to get money so they can buy shit to put on their service in the future.
Right. And they've canceled so much stuff and done so many cost-cutting moves. I feel like maybe that's what they've been doing. Like, I don't know. At first, my first reaction, like I was talking about earlier, is like they must be in fucking trouble. Like, how as a subscription service you go and put your shit on a free one? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're getting money for that and stuff like that, but like it's. You're giving people an option to go watch your shit that's your biggest sellers for free somewhere. It's not a huge attraction to draw people to subscribe to your platform, right?
Until they buy Tubi and
right. So, but if they're building up cash and they don't really care about it right now, and they're just kind of weathering the storm, because I remember when the numbers came out about all the bleeding subscription services that have been out there, like Max was by far the lowest. Like they had dropped more than any of the others by far. But CNBC is probably smarter than I am, so I'm assuming. Well, I don't know. Just kidding. But anyway, it says that the targets could be companies flirting with or filing for bankruptcy. Malone said in an exclusive interview with CNBC on Thursday. While U.S. regulators may frown at large media companies coming together because of overlaps of studio, cable, or broadcasting assets, they'll be much more forgiving if the companies are struggling to survive, Malone told David Faber. I think we're going to see very serious distress in our industry, Malone said. There is an exemption to the antitrust law. At some point of distress, right, then some of the restrictions, they look the other way. Media...
So they're betting on the movie industry fucking crumbling.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they're betting on some of these studios like falling apart. I think we're going to see very serious distress in our industry, Malone said. I already read that shit. Sorry. Media company valuations have been plummeting amid streaming video losses, traditional TV subscriber defections, and a down advertising market. This has affected Warner Brothers Discovery as much as its peers. The company's market valuation recently fell below $23 billion, its lowest point since Warner Media and Discovery merged last year. The company ended the third quarter with about $43 billion in net debt. So their debt is really high. Warner Brothers Discovery is trying to position itself to be an acquirer rather than a distressed asset itself by paying down debt and increasing cash flow. Is this the right move, though, to do that? Like, they just going to bleed more subscribers? Like, I don't know. They're getting probably cash up front. Maybe they'll do a bunch of Game Pass deals. That would be the right way to do it.
I guess it's just like you're betting on that long-term play. Like eventually you would own so much shit that you could then put it in your service. And then once all these contracts are up, then people would come back. But that's a fucking gamble.
Yeah. It's like by paying down debt and increasing cash flow. Warner Brothers, this was during a earnings conference call as well. So anything that happens in like an earnings conference call, you got to remember that who it's being pitched to is like to the investors, right? So they don't want to distress the investors out. Like, yeah, we're fucking desperate here, guys. We're gonna, we're going to, we're just like trying to get whatever kind of money we can because we're bleeding right now. So like if these comments were made during like one of those conference calls, then you may look at it like, well, they're obviously trying to show faith and like position of strength to the investors, obviously. So it's hard to take anything that they would say in there 100% to like face value when they're talking about the state of their company. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna, they can't go to an investor's call and be like, well, we canceled everything. What do you want? We're crumbling. We're going under. You know what I mean? It's like, instead, like, hey, we're trying to get some cash so we can acquire things, pretty much. So we're not one of the ones that fail. So it said, is during his earnings conference call this week, Warner Brothers Discovery has paid down $12 billion and expects to generate at least $5 billion in free cash flow this year. We're surrounded by a lot of companies that don't have the geographic diversity that we have, aren't generating real free cash flow, have debt that are presenting issues. We're delevering. I don't know what that word means. Delevering at a time when our peers are levering up. At a time when our peers are unstable and there is a lot of competitive excess players in the market. So this will give us a chance not only to fight to grow in the next year, but to have the kind of balance sheet and the kind of stability that we could be really opportunistic over the next 12 to 24 months. Still, Warner Brothers Discovery has acknowledged it will miss its own year-end leverage target of 2.5 to 3 times adjusted earnings as the TV ad market struggles and linear TV subscription revenue declines. So it talks about he has a history with this. Malone has some experience with profiting from times of distress. Liberty Media acquired a 40% stake in SiriusXM over several years, more than a decade ago, saving it from bankruptcy. They said, while Malone didn't name a specific company as a target for WB Discovery, he discussed Paramount Global as an example of a company whose prospects seem shaky. Paramount Global's market valuation has slumped below $8 billion while carrying about $16 billion in debt. But like, they're in that same situation. You know what I mean? Like, so it's weird that they would use like another company that's like in not as a worse situation that's they're in to say as a company that's in distress. It's interesting. And Paramount just made an announcement too, like they're bundling, like Showtime is merging with Paramount Plus, where it's just going to be like one service now instead of like 2 separate services. So I think they're trying to change things.
And Paramount keeps buying exclusive content too.
Yeah.
Like they got the rights to Ninja Turtles, they got the rights to South Park, they got the rights to a bunch of other stuff. So like Paramount's trying to grow their service to have more content that appeals to a wider audience instead of just fucking handing their content out to everyone.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's very interesting because like the whole subscription model everybody tried going to, like with streaming services, is like not been profitable for any of them. I mean, Disney's struggled. Like all of them have. I don't. Netflix might be the only one that's.
I mean, they still struggle because they try to do all original content and it fucked them.
Yeah. So, but they have so many subscribers, right? And Disney has so many subscribers. I think they're like the safest there because like they can they have a lot to work with as far as like maneuvering and stuff. But like these other ones that have been bleeding subs so much, I think are missing the plot here a little bit. Like I think Paramount's actually in a better position than WB Discovery is. Like if you were to look at it, what's going to bring people in is great content, you know?
I think Paramount also got the rights to the Sonic movies too, like
Yeah.
the next like 5 Sonic movies or whatever the fuck. So like they're just trying to get content for their service, and that's what brings people in.
I don't know. Despite what they say, I still stand by. I think WB Discovery is like, I think they're.
I mean, they have more money that they can throw at the problem,
right,
and keep them afloat longer.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's the right move to like diminish yourself so much, like for the long haul. It's like to kind of play the waiting game in a way. It seems like was what they're trying to do. Is like, it's like they're kind of like trying to hit pause with their business model of their subscription service and wait till other people fail so they can acquire them and then become something bigger. At least that's what they're trying to kind of tell people, you know. They cut so much content, like it's weird to think where they could be if they had not. They could be up there with Netflix or Disney Plus, you know, and be even a bigger position of strength at that point, right? But I don't know, man. Yeah, Paramount's got the Halo show next year. I think, you know, that was a successful, regardless of what people say, like, that was a very successful show for Paramount. They also have Yellowstone and stuff. Or is that going to Peacock now? It's so weird, man. Some stuff goes to, like, there's certain things like Yellowstone when it's like owned by something, but sometimes it shows up on other services and stuff. I got an idea for the subscription service companies here out there, right? Make your shit and put your shit on your service.
I think it's because like a lot of these companies own parts of it, and they can't. In like some other countries, they own some of it, and in this country, they don't own it and shit like that. Because I know for like Star Trek, like CBS owns part of it too.
Right.
So like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so Yellowstone is going to be on Paramount next week, but I remember like before it was like Peacock had it and stuff. Like so, interesting. I do feel like
I think it probably has to do with that cable TV channel shit, where it's like it can air on this TV channel, so there's like, okay, well since it airs on this TV channel, maybe we can put it on our service too, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. Like seeing Netflix, like I don't mind it. Like I probably am going to cancel fucking HBO now. Or Max, because I don't need it. Like
I only ever got it for when a random movie came out.
Yeah, like you got it for like the Snyder Cut or when like the Batman would drop or like something like that. But those movies are on Netflix and they're going to Tubi. Like why do you need it anymore? Like they're just causing more opportunity for people to cancel. It seems like a desperation move. I don't get the logic behind it. Maybe they're onto something. I don't fucking know, man. But we were looking through Netflix and I saw those. It's so fucking weird seeing these movies, all of them, you know, on Netflix. And then to see this Tubi news, I want to find the Tubi article, because
I think it's in the FunPop DMs.
Is it?
You shared it, didn't you?
Tubi,
Psycho.
Tubi signs Warner Brothers Discovery content deal. Tubi signs a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, adding 14 WB branded fast channels and 225 plus video on demand titles totaling over 2,000 hours. Westworld, Raised by Wolves, Legendary, F-Boy Island, The Nevers, Finding Magic Mike, Head of the Class, and The Time Traveler's Wife will be available via 3 brand new fast channels curated by Tubi. 11 additional.
Okay, so they're getting absolutely nothing that I watch.
11 additional genre-focused fast channels will also launch, featuring popular titles including Cake Boss, My Cat from Hell, Breaking Amish, Caribbean Life, How It's Made, Paranormal Lockdown, Murder Chose Me, Mysteries at the Museum, A Wedding Story, and My 5 Wives, also available on demand. Hold on.
It made a bit of overselling this stupid, you know?
I think I was. I'm reading this. Like, what the fuck is this? Additional. This whole conversation's pointless. Additional video on demand and fast channel content will include beloved films such as The Astronaut's Wife, For Your Consideration, and Lord of the Flies, as well as hit series including Third Watch, 8 is Enough, La Femme Nikita, and Jericho. I may have misread. I may have misread the article before. But hey, despite it, they're still on Netflix, okay? They're still on Netflix. Oh, man. Yeah, but man, Tubi's getting so much great stuff there, aren't they, Jasper?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we?
I think the problem was that Vanity Fair or whatever the fuck it was, they put the DC logo next to the Tubi logo.
Yeah.
So they misrepresented that.
Man, this is Games Media, or not Games Media, but Media gets me again. Hold on, where's the fucking article, Jasper? Did you put it in FunPop?
It's like 3 up.
Okay. So this is a lie. This is a flat out fucking lie. At least I think. This is what it says on Discussing Film. Warner Brothers and Tubi have signed a deal to bring all DC movies to Tubi to stream for free, including new releases like The Batman. That's not what I just read. Like, I'm so confused, man. What is the real situation? Because that was just on Tubi's website.
It says on the Vanity article, it says available Tuesday are Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, as well as Superman, Superman 2, TV series Batwoman, Gotham, and Krypton.
Okay, so I stand behind it. Yeah, what is? Why wasn't that on the Tubi website? Okay, no, everything's back on. Everybody, we didn't waste 30 minutes. This is from Variety. Fox's ad-supported streamer Tubi has struck a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery to stream DC movies, including The Batman, Suicide Squad, Black Adam, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, as well as superhero series Batwoman, Gotham, and Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. The above film titles, as well as Birds of Prey, and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman 1984 will hit Tubi's on-demand lineup in 2024. Available as of Tuesday are Batman, Batman Returns, and Batman Forever, as well as Superman the movie and Superman 2 and TV series Batwoman, Gotham, and Krypton. Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman will begin streaming on December 31st. Also coming in December are DC animated movies Batman: Death in the Family, DC Showcase Superman Shazam, The Return of Black Adam, The Death of Superman, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, Son of Batman, and the Superman Batman Public Enemies, plus the series Stargirl and Swamp Thing and the film Constantine. Currently, the majority of these DC titles are only available to stream via a video on demand platform on Warner Brothers Discovery's Max, which has both ad-supported and ad-free tiers. Outside of the DC universe, Tubi will gain the on-demand streaming rights to WB Discovery's Blade the series, Judge Mathis, and People's Court movies Annabelle and Doctor Sleep, and Friday After Next, and Next Friday. More films and series will roll out through 2024.
Yeah, I just looked. All the Batman and stuff that they listed are on there now on Tubi. So.
On Tubi?
Yep.
Yeah, the addition of recent blockbuster movies and fan favorite series from the DC library is a monumental offering for Tubi viewers. Yeah, I mean, use Tubi, guys. Fuck, cancel your HBO. Cancel your Max.
I don't know how long it's been on there. They also have John Wick on here.
Yeah, I mean, you may have to watch ads if you don't like. If you don't, they have a pay for one. I think you don't have to get ads. I'm not sure, but like, fuck, it's like HBO's like $20 a month almost.
Yeah, I would rather watch 10 minutes ads than pay $20 to HBO. So
yeah.
Does it have Studio Ghibli stuff?
I don't know. I don't think so. Is that on HBO? Or?
Yeah, HBO Max has Studio Ghibli. That's the only place you can stream Ghibli Studios movies.
Ghibli? Is it Ghibli or Ghibli? If that's Ghibli.
I call it Ghibli. Is it Ghibli? I call it Ghibli.
I don't know. And anime people, is it Ghibli or Ghibli? I thought it was Studio Ghibli.
It could be Ghibli, but the old man to me calls it Ghibli.
It's fine. Do you call it a GIF or a GIF?
It's a GIF. GIF is peanut butter.
Okay, so just with the anime, you decide to switch it around.
Yeah.
It's Ghibli. Alvin says Ghibli. Studio Ghibli. Ghibli.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay, right on. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, food for thought, everybody. Keep your eyes on WB Discovery. something's going on. I think it's weird, personally. That's their biggest draw to the service. And it's fucking somewhere else for free now. So I'm going to cancel mine. And maybe we can find an easy tutorial on IGN on how to do that.
I don't know if they've done one for HBO yet.
Yeah. It was funny that how quickly turned around they did the PlayStation one after the Xbox one.
I mean, it was like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
since
3
that
days.
tweet,
Actually, the other one was out for 3
yeah.
days. But when they made the tweet, everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And I felt like they got a little pressured to do it a little sooner than they would have otherwise. But a little bit of a makeup move.
Or
there,
would they
IGN.
have done it?
Or would they have it all? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. They've done like ones for subscription services and movies and stuff. I think Game Pass was the first one they did for gaming.
Yeah.
Being a gaming site, like I'm sure they had to have expected some kickback from that. I don't know. IGN is so weird, man. But that's gonna do it for the show, everybody. Kind of got all of our thoughts out there. I thought I was like so full of it, man, for a second with the whole Tubi thing. I was like, what did I read or what did I see earlier? Like the fucking those titles that I read from the Tubi site. Why? How come Tubi's not sitting there going like, we got fucking Batman, we got all this
Batman,
shit. They talking about all this random other stuff. You know?
We got 5 guys fuck 5 wives.
They got like F Boy Island or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing, Tubi? Promote the cool stuff, man. Anyway, Psycho, tell everybody where they can find you watching your Ghibli.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. It's celebrating my birthday with me. It's a fantastic end to a somewhat not exciting day, working all day. But you can find me on social media everywhere, Psychonauts8. And you can find me here every FSP at 10 tonight, Tuesdays at FunPop, and Fridays Xbox Ultimate. Thanks everybody.
Yeah, right on, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Psycho. What about you, Jasper? Oh, and happy birthday again, Psycho. Sorry. All right, do your yo. Sorry.
Okay, yo, check it out. Lord Jasper, Twitter, Lord Match Jasper, YouTube, all that fun stuff. 10 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, and Friday right here at FunSpec Network for FunPop, FSP, and Xbox Ultimate. That's where I am. That's what I do. Check it out. And yeah, hopefully I'll be here this Friday. I got to go back to that place, so I should be back Friday, but we'll see.
Okay. Just let me know. Either way. Cool.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. The plan is to have a PM in the PM. Pong, Soul, and I go live and have our 2-man show. It's been a month, so hopefully it happens and everything works out. But as far as I know, we're still good to go. So Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, PM in the PM. Friday, Xbox Ultimate Podcast at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And have an awesome night, everybody. Take it easy. And hey, go watch Blade. It's on Disney
What's it
Plus.
on?
It's on Disney Plus. Yeah, watch Blade. Awesome. Peace out.
Bye everybody.